We don't pay debt collectors. Instead, we make them pay us. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how we're able to do that. First thing I want to let you guys know, it is very important that you understand the fundamentals of being able to do this before you go out and try to do it. I have been able to do it for myself, and thousands of other people have been able to do this for themselves and their clients just by learning what I'm about to go over in this video. So definitely stay tuned. When it comes to debt collection, when it comes to debt collectors, there is a negative connotation around it, and I understand why. Because the debt collector is only around because someone failed to pay their responsibilities, their obligations. So years upon years, people in our communities especially have been conditioned to be scared of debt collectors. So to the point where they are being depressed, they are mentally unstable, they are losing their jobs, they're losing their friends, they're losing their relationships, and so on and so forth because of this negative connotation that surrounds that collection. It's my hope that you look at this from a different perspective. Yes, you fell behind on your bills. Yes, you did have hard times, but now this is your opportunity to relinquish yourself. This is your opportunity to change things around for you and your family. So how is that? I can tell you with the utmost confidence that debt collector that's reaching out to you does not have the proper paperwork that they need in order to collect from you. And because of that, you're able to use that to your advantage. You're able to actually position them in a point where they're on the defense, you're on the offense, and they don't not going to have no way out to be able to wiggle out of that. Okay. Debt collectors are some of the most grimy, slimy type of companies or businesses out here. And they prey on your downfall. They are there, a lot of them are there to manipulate you, to drain you for everything that you have, and they can care less about it. And the fact that there is so much ignorance as it relates to debt collection, that is how they are multi-billion-dollar companies. So use what I say today to run it up. First thing, there is a law called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, also known as the FDCPA. Now, this law was enacted by Congress to prevent abusive debt collection practices from occurring against consumers. It was also created to protect those debt collectors, the very few and in between debt collectors who are following the law. Okay. Now, more than likely, you have came in contact with some debt collectors or your clients have. And so because of that, you understand exactly what I'm going to be going over. The FDCPA, specifically 15 USC 1692 C, communications. This is a very powerful subsection of the subchapter because this happens all of the time. So specifically, let me give you a layman's example so that you're able to follow me in case this stuff is a little confusing because I'm talking about the law. There is a law that says that a consumer is to allow for a debt collector to know, or is to inform a debt collector when is the most convenient time to be contacted. If they never inform the debt collector to contact them at a certain time, if they never tell the debt collector that the time they currently are contacting them is inconvenient, then the debt collector is to assume that they are able to be contacted between the hours of, I believe it's 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., whatever their local time is. And so if a debt collector is constantly calling you and you're at work, unless you tell them that you're at work and it's inconvenient and they should call you at these hours, maybe when you're not at work, then they have the right to call you. So a way that you can get them to stop calling you and you can set them up is letting them know, hey, I'm only available during this time on these specific days. Anytime outside of this time frame, it is inconvenient to me and I do not want you to call me during those times. They should be notating that information. Your call is recorded with them. So follow me. It has happened so many times that these companies will call you again from a different number, even after you've told them not to call you, even after you told them that to only call you during these times, they still will call you. So once that happens, you now have the upper hand, because yes, they are ultimately calling you because you owe somebody some money. But because they have a responsibility to follow the law to the T, they have now broken the law, and now you have leverage. It's not about whether or not you owe anything. What it's about is the fact that they didn't follow the law. They have broken the law. You have not broken the law. They have, though. And so because you are aware about them breaking the law, now when somebody calls you, you know, as a debt collector, set it on up. Get them. See, when I hear about debt collectors, or when I'm helping a student with their credit reports and I see a bunch of debt collectors on there, I immediately get excited. Because I'm like, you don't understand. You got so much money on your credit report. It's insane. And then when I start to explain to them how, tell them what they need to do, tell them how they're going to respond, tell them what to do when they do respond, they get so excited with me. Now they're seeing the picture. And then they follow my steps and they see everything happening the way that I said it was going to happen. So what I'm telling you is not theory. This is the law. It works if you understand how to work it. So going forward, we don't run from debt collector calls, because for one, let me also tell you this. You ignoring them, or your client ignoring debt collectors and not responding, you're admitting, or your client is admitting, to owing them. Silence is admission. So it is your responsibility, it's your client's responsibility to say something, to deny owing anything. Never, never, ever admit to owing nothing. Never admit to falling on hard times and not being able to pay. Do not admit that, even if it is true. That's none of their business. But guess what? You make it their business when you start to run your mouth and you tell them exactly why you became delinquent. So people are able to get debt collectors to pay them because they understand the law. They understand how they can catch the debt collectors in breaking the law and how they can use that to their advantage. Because let me tell y'all, one student in particular that I helped and worked with, she had a debt collector that was reaching out to her, and they were reporting on her credit report. It was preventing her from being able to get approved for her home. She came to me and she wanted my help. And what she was able to do was not only get that account removed from her credit report, she was also able to get them to agree to never contact her again, and they paid her money. They paid her money on top of that because she understood and she learned more about the FDCPA. So your homework is to learn more about the FDCPA, research things that have happened in your area to understand how people are able to get them concretely, what they are saying, identify the patterns. And I want you to let me know in the comments what you have been able to find. And let me know if you currently, or your client is currently dealing with a debt collector that you would like more assistance with, because I would love to help you out. And it was so nice talking to you guys today. Catch you all in the next video.